few years ago, I was that guy who can't even connect with people, let alone speak their fucking language. I just moved from a Latin country to States. And it was so hard that I had to relearn different languages. And that made my whole fucking social life fucking hard as fuck. Like, seriously. Imagine not able to talk to people, not because don't want to, just because you can't learn the specific language. That destroyed my connections. That gave me a lot of anxiety. The main reason, one of the main reasons that I had anxiety. If you can relate to this, like if you cannot connect with people, it's hard for you, then this video is for you. The reason why people sometimes cannot connect is not because they don't want to. It's because of their past programming. Actually think about it. You know consciously right now, you can't think that I want to connect with this person, but when the time arises, right, you don't want to. Why? Actually think about it. What's the reason stopping you from actually connecting with people? Is it because you don't have certain things? Because you think you're not good enough? Maybe because they're just out of your league, right? But that's not true. It's far from true. The reason why you cannot connect is because you deeply don't want to. And there's a two side of the same coin, right? I'm trying to say here is like we have two parts of our brain. Not brain, but mind, right? One that is conscious, the other is like unconscious. So the reason why you don't want to connect is because there must be something that might have happened in your past that you might be not aware of that's dictating how your social life is going to go. Seriously, think about it. Because for me, when I came here, I didn't know why I was so afraid of opening up, why I was sort of afraid of saying things that I wanted to, right? Being vulnerable, right? It might be because, and right now I'm aware of it, right? Of course, it's because something happened in my past that my brain is trying to like protect me from it, and it doesn't want me to go through that same hell. And that's why when I try to do something right now, it replaces that memory or replaces those emotions for me to not go through that same pain. So it's the same thing for you. Of course, you already know, like, oh, you have to connect with people, you have to talk to people. But when the time arises, right, you you don't want to do it. Why? So, of course, it takes time. I'm not saying like you're just gonna all of a sudden know what the fuck happened. But if you don't know, I think that will be a great start for you. The first step. So first step, discover where that feeling came from, where those thoughts are coming from. Pinpointing that can actually help you, what's it called? Give you a compass on where to look for. When you are in a certain specific place, you feel this emotion of anxiety. Or when you see that person, you feel kind of anxiety. When you are doing this, makes you anxious and everything, right? This all is a reason why. Defining that is the first part of the puzzle. Second part, I will say, is that, of course, understanding the first part is crucial too, because if you don't do that, then the second part is not going to be all right. So the way you do that is by reflecting on questions. Reflecting instead of, let's say when you go to your social event, right? And when you see a specific person who looks exactly like someone in your past, it gives you a certain type of emotion, makes you anxious, makes you hateful towards that person. There's a reason why. Understanding that can help you out a lot. By understanding that, okay, this guy is giving me some bad vibes. Why? Instead of saying that, like, oh shit, now what? Now what should I do? I'm anxious as fuck. I don't know what the fuck to do. Ask yourself, why am I feeling like this? Was there a reason why I feel like this? Like, being proactive when you feel those emotions is one of the greatest skills you can have if you're an anxious person, right? Having that skill in your toolbox can help you in there when you are feeling those anxious thoughts can help you clarify why is there and amplify it by rewriting the what's it called, the story, right? Also, like this, if you just nail this, having this small thing, this small step in your toolbox, I'm telling you, this might change your life. It looks simple and common sense, but the thing is, common sense is not common practice. Think about it. People know what the fuck to do nowadays. They just don't implement it. They think that this is too good for them. This is too like, oh, I already know this. I already tried this. They tried one time and they think it's not gonna work ever. The reason why it doesn't work is because they don't put the effort to do it. So if you are that person, if you have tried anything is not gonna work, do it for a long amount of time. I'm telling you, you're gonna be so aware that when the time arises, you're like, fuck, you don't have control over me. I know why it's happening. I know why I feel anxious. I don't care. You can control my life. Of course, that's the first part. Second part is like accepting that you had that and rewriting the story. So that's the second part. Rewriting the story. Let's say you feel anxious from one person. Let's say that person you feel like hateful and all that stuff. You can just accept it. First, accept the emotion. No, first, aware, right? Be aware of it. The reason why it happened. Then second, accept it. Accept that, okay, this happened in my life, but I cannot control that anymore. What I can control is right now, right? You can control right now. By accepting that fact, you have more power. You have the ability to be more conscious and awareness right now. After accepting, try rewriting the story. Give a different meaning to it. Tell yourself, like, of course, this person might be not trying to be this guy is giving me the vibe of what happened in my past. And I cannot control that. Or some meaning that will help you empower than disempower, right? So I would say like rewriting stories from negative to positivity. And of course, at first, it's not going to be easy for you to think in positive terms because in that state, you're negative. But more time, you're going to be more, what's it called, likely to think in the same moment. Of course, if you feel like at first you can't do it, have some time in before you sleep, right? Journal, reflect in that specific situation because you're in a different state. You have a different frequency, different type of awareness. Because at that moment, when you're anxious, right, you don't have the ability to think. You go into that fight or fight mode, so you can't think properly. What you can do is maybe take some time after that social event that happened, go back to your home or wherever you go, reflect, take some 5 to 10 minutes. And I'm telling you, if you do this, bro, you're so close to getting rid of that anxious habits, or not habits, anxious thoughts and everything that dictates your whole life. Just reflect for 5 to 10 minutes, and this will change your life. If you want to have these practical steps, everything on how to do this, I have a free community down below where men like you, like specifically, are understanding how to do this, take these things tangibly and put it in action. Also, I'm giving like one-on-one calls where we can actually deep dive into things that's causing you anxious, right? Things that makes you anxious, pinpoint that stuff. So pinpoint where you want to go, and I'm going to help you do this exactly how to break that one. I'm going to help you break that in anxious thoughts and everything. So we're going to pinpoint, understand what's causing it. Ask yourself why, give you some tangible steps for you to understand where you want to go. So one free one-on-one call if you join the community right now. Link in the description. So if you think you will want to improve this, I think you will love our community. So, I see you inside.